for non-US exposed persons using US LLCs to run your online business. And if you're based in a jurisdiction, for example, Portugal, a jurisdiction outside of the US, a jurisdiction with a treaty, a double tax treaty, like a European country. So I know that there have been some actual cases that have gone to the tax court or the relevant body in Singapore, in Portugal. And I'm using Portugal as an example, but similar principle can apply to Spain or France or Germany, whatever the case may be. Now, we need to consider that a US LLC is a hybrid entity. So it's not exactly like a Société Anonyme. It's not exactly a limited liability company in the way that it may be construed or understood in Europe. It is, to some extent, a pass-through. So it has some characteristics that make it similar to a partnership or sole proprietor, and some characteristics that make it similar to a limited liability company. So it is a hybrid entity. So again, just recognizing that is why we say, yes, you know, you can go online and somebody will form an LLC for you for $99, but you need to sometimes, depending on the amount of money, depending on the nature of your business, you may want to consider getting proper advice before jumping into a situation like that. Now, yes, there were some cases held where the distributions from an LLC in the US were treated as dividends in Portugal, Germany, and some other jurisdictions. And, you know, therefore you can use the treaty, and therefore you can use the non-habitual residence program and basically enjoy tax-free income. Now, we've seen discussions around that, and people have approached us based on that. But we are very careful. We don't paint with a broad brush. It depends on the fact pattern. It depends on the individual circumstances. Now, there are some cases where that may indeed be the case, and we would work with you on that. But if there's no substance in the US, i.e. you have no boots on the ground in the US, and you run that entity from Portugal, just using Portugal as an example, then, you know, from the view of the Portugal Tax Authority, management and control is being exercised from Portugal. Even though that company is incorporated in another jurisdiction, management and control is being done, you know, management and control, you know, there's permanent establishment. I'm just using all the jargon that you would hear among tax professionals. Management and control is in Portugal, so therefore the tax authority in Portugal, reserves the right to tax that LLC as if it were a Portugal company, even though it is incorporated elsewhere. So again, that's why we always say tax rules are very, very nuanced. Yes, it can be an LLC. Distributions from an LLC can be treated, a US LLC can be treated as dividends, but not if management and control is being exercised elsewhere. You must have substance that demonstrates that management and control is being exercised within the US. Then it would stand up. And
please subscribe, like, share, and comment below. Our books and upcoming events are available at htj.tax. Email us at help@htj.tax to engage us, to advise on international tax or business matters.